Hello, my Rotary family. I'm here in a cabbage patch, along with my good friend Wen Huangé, who is the editor-in-chief of the Rotary magazine. Wen, this is a pretty cool place to be sitting, and tell us a little bit about these cabbages.
President Chen, we are right now in the middle of this cabbage field. We're in Siji Pingtai village. It's famous for the cabbages, and then their cabbages are sold all over Taiwan. If you go to any markets, you see them, and we tried some last night.
We picked these last night, and then they had a hot pot where we actually put the cabbage in, and we cooked it and ate it. It was delicious.
It was, and they look beautiful too. And for the past 3 or 4 decades, indigenous groups, they've been growing these beautiful cabbages, and it's the staple, the livelihood. It's something to support themselves. And they're very happy to learn from the Han people, and then they really make it a very, very big business here. And a lot of indigenous groups, they are supported by the cabbages. But during the past 3 or 4 years or so, because of climate change.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we passed by, when we walk by, we saw the spraying of the pesticides.
Yeah.
And it's really polluting the water sources. And there's tough competition. More and more people are growing cabbages. So the livelihood of the local indigenous group, they are being negatively impacted. So they're looking for an alternative.
Well, and that's why we're here, because there's an incredible global grant that's taking place where they're going to transition this property into chestnut trees. And underneath the chestnut trees, within a couple of years, very valuable truffles are going to be growing. And I think from the global grant information we have, it's going to increase their yield by about 15%.
Right.
That's huge.
Right. It's the great things about the chestnuts is on the ground they have chestnuts, they can harvest it, and also underneath the truffles. So for them, it's a great improvement because it won't be as labor intensive. They won't use too much pesticides too, right? And also the most important thing is when they develop these farms, they can attract tourists, they can develop the service industry. It's the way to keep young people in the village, because during the past that we talked to some indigenous people, they were saying that how young people are leaving the villages to go to Taipei and to look for better economic opportunities.
Well, even yesterday we saw some of the farmers 70 and 80 years old in the field working on and tending the crops. That's
very labor intensive.
Very labor intensive.
Yeah, and the man, woman, they all work in the field together. I think it's the project's going to have great potential, and they are very excited about that. You can see from the past 2 days, the families, they came and they meet with you, and they're very excited about the help that Rotary helps, because we're not only help them transform into a new, probably more profitable crop, but it's also like the Rotary clubs help them do training and learning more about the environment, and it fits with the Rotary goals, when our area is focused.
Well, that's exactly it. We're touching on community and economic development. We're talking about the environment. We're talking about multiple areas.
Yeah, the water resources we're helping. It's really a very great project. We hope they will succeed.
Well, this is something that I'm immensely proud that we've had a chance to come and be able to support and see. And this is something that we're going to be focusing on over the next couple of years as we start to see these crops transition. And I think it's a best case model that we can use and scale, not only here in Taiwan, but probably in other places as well. And so it's a great opportunity to see the relationship between government, the university that's here providing expertise, our Rotary family, and the indigenous farm community. So stay tuned. I think we're going to have a lot more about this story that we're going to share in the future.